You would be the best at a charm workshop.
Would I though? I don't know.
I mean, handsome guy, you're married, you got a lot of friends. I mean, don't you want to teach that to other people?
I mean, some of that is not teachable. I have I don't know how to be like I'm
Hey
flustered
guys, you want to know
now.
how I met my wife? I just had a towel on when she saw me. So plan that
Uh,
out.
yeah, you want to know how to, oh, you want to know how I met my wife? Proximity. She was my downstairs neighbor. First, step one, move into a place. Step two, talk to the girl who lives downstairs from you. Step three, she hot? Maybe make a move. Step four, well, maybe don't make a move, because if you do, you might have to, like, you now shit where you live. So be very careful. You shit where you ate. So maybe don't, and wait for her to make a move.
I hope you shit where you live. That's what you're supposed to do.
Wait. Sorry, shit where you eat.
This is the dating advice of Larry Simonson. No, we're not doing a side episode of Larry's tips to dating. We were just rambling. This is
Yeah,
one.
you just wait. You just wait. You know what my type is, Andrew? Into me. I waited until I could tell for sure without any uncertainty that she was into me.
Didn't you tell the story one time? Or I know Lauren told the story, I think, of your guys, like one of your dates early on where you guys purposely had sex before going out just to knock it out.
It was in our nosedive. It was in our nosedive review. Yeah, no, we went to the Casbah, and the joke was that we were dating, but not like we weren't calling it dating yet. So
Find those past episodes with Larry and Lauren Simonson. She's lovely and I love her just as much. I love you, buddy. And this is 1-star reviews. It's 2021 June, and that means COVID is slowing down. Thank God, finally. And that means a sense of norm is coming back for us, meaning movies are back, folks. And I miss movie theaters so much. I think I miss movie theaters more than I miss my kids sometimes.
You live with your kids.
Shut up. Anyway, I love movies. You love movies. I think, but the last movie I think we saw was a Star Wars movie, right? I think, was it Rise of Skywalker?
Together?
I think so. Was it Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah, it was my birthday. It was.
Oh, that's right. It was your birthday.
Yeah, it came out like right in mid-December. We went and saw. No, you know what? Actually, was it Rise of Skywalker? Might have.
Oh no, it was Last Jedi.
Might have been Last Jedi.
That's been a while now. Now I think about it, yeah.
Yeah, and which was not even related to COVID, but COVID really like put an extra year on everything. So
yeah, which I cannot wait.
The last movie I saw in theaters, Lauren and I had like a Tuesday off, and we went and saw a matinee showing of Tenet in not the movie theater we're about to review, but in the Camelot Cinema, which we'll have to review at some point because I'm sure they've got some 1-stars. But the local cinema, Camelot, and we were it was Tenet. We were the only two people in that movie theater, and it was kind of glorious because we were like, oh man, we're gonna have to wear face masks and everything else because like even though they were reduced amount of people coming in, but like even with that, when we checked in, we didn't see another soul between the lobby and the movie theater, and we were the only two in the actual theater. It was kind of great.
I had an ex-girlfriend years ago, like over 10 years ago, so this shows my age, where she had like this weird fantasy of like, I really want to like do it in the movie theater. I'm like, I don't. I know. Like that's not a thing. Not for me. Sorry. Larry's smirking because you did it in Tenet. I can tell. All right.
No. You
gave it away. Look at you.
I will never say that.
Stop winking at me, damn it. No one can see your winks, Larry. But today we're reviewing Regal Simpsonville and IMAX at 780 South Street in Simpsonville, South Carolina. This is a really great movie theater. That's in a very odd location. It's on the side of the 385 highway, off the exit, buried behind an old car dealership and a ton of trees, tucked behind away some apartment homes. But it is the IMAX theater within a proximity outside of Nashville and Atlanta, I believe, in the close by areas. So It's one of my favorite movie theaters when it first opened. I used to live in Simpsonville, right down the road. You had been in my house several times, like you did mention earlier, as we were talking off the air here. So it's a really good theater, and I'm glad they're opening back up. So
What's the last movie you saw in this theater?
Oh God, in this theater, it might have been something actually weird and like redone. It might have, you know what it might have been? It might have been Transformers Anniversary, like the old 1985. It's been that long, so it probably was back in 2015. Now that I think about it, but I don't know, because I've been going to Cherrydale and been going to Woodruff Road more and more often.
I saw Interstellar in this movie theater. Interstellar in IMAX was pretty great. Interstellar, Lauren and I saw that movie 3 times. We saw it the 3rd time in this theater. We really liked Interstellar.
We or you, and she just loves you that much.
No. Lauren also really liked Interstellar. I am not. Okay. I am not just dragging my wife along on this. She was also very into it.
I mean, your wife definitely puts her foot down on certain things. Like, have you watched Double Team yet? You watched Double Team.
The last episode, Andrew was talking about False Start being on pause for now, and I will say half of it is because we just can't seem to get together to watch Double Team with Jean-Claude Van Damme. I've had that DVD sitting on my DVD player. I even started it. I started it 2 weeks ago when my parents were in town, and I got about 10 minutes into it before my mom was like, "This is awful. Turn it off."
Your mom said that?
She fucking put the kibosh on it.
Yes. Good
and
for
Lauren,
her, man.
Lauren has also refused to watch it with
me. She's like, I'm ashamed of you, Larry.
Yeah, Lauren will not go along on a ride for a movie if she doesn't think she's going to enjoy it. She liked Interstellar a lot.
Good for her. This review is from 2 years ago. My group waited in line for 40 minutes for popcorn and drinks before the IMAX showing of Avengers Endgame movie, just for us to get in line and enter and be told that the projector was not working. Why didn't they just announce that before we bought concessions? Then they told us to wait in line for an hour to get a refund, just to be offered a voucher to wait, caps, another line to go in the later showing. When we went the next day, the overhead lights turned on during the show and they couldn't turn them off. This is a poorly run theater, and that has no respect for the guests' time. I recommend watching elsewhere. Okay. It's Endgame.
I can answer a couple things here.
It's Endgame. I actually feel bad because if that was the first night you saw Endgame, you ruined.
Yeah, get it. Why are the lights turning on?
Or you can't even fucking watch it. The projector didn't even work. They couldn't even get in.
That sucks, but like, I'll put it this way. Things do break down. Yes. So that happens. Why did they not tell you about the projector being broken before you bought concessions? Probably because they didn't realize the projector was going to break.
Or they were being hopeful. They were like, let's troubleshoot and see what happens.
Yeah, we're troubleshooting. We're actively trying to fix it. And they're not going to tell you not to buy concessions because most movie theaters, they don't make the fucking money on the ticket sales. They make the money on the concessions. The concessions is where
that fucking $20 bucket of popcorn or like $10 hot dog. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
You can buy popcorn kernels for pretty damn cheap. They're charging you a pretty high markup.
Here's a fun fact. Movie theater popcorn, most of that shit's old. Here's what they do. They pop that shit like either earlier in the day or like earlier in the week sometimes, and they put it in giant trash bags and really just kind of bring it out in bags and just kind of warm it up for you in front of you.
Can I 100% admit I think not technically a legal thing that we do, but we 100% do it. We will pre-pop popcorn on the stovetop at home. Mm-hmm. Like we get like a metal container and like just cook it on the stovetop. I almost never get microwave popcorn. We will like bag up like freezer bag, gallon size bags of popcorn individually, stuff them in Lauren's biggest purse, and sneak a fuck ton of popcorn into a movie theater.
You know what's crazy?
Zero guilt on it, and I am admitting it on this public podcast.
Most movie theaters, and Regal in particular, I don't think like the smaller theaters like us, because we're a small town, Greenville, South Carolina, like they don't really care knowing you're bringing in a backpack or a drink in your hand. Like I'll give you an example. A couple years ago, my friend Abby, we had dinner at Grimaldi's, and I know a lot of people speak well of Grimaldi's. I had a horrible experiences one night where it was within a couple months they opened. So like that was tip, right? Don't eat at a place when they first open because the service is gonna be shit. This is an example of that. We ordered salads and pizza. Salads were fine. Within like 30 minutes after eating the salad, I was like, man, our pizza's taking a while. Within 30 minutes of that, so an hour and a half total, I was like, where the fuck is our food? They finally brought it after the waiter didn't even show for like almost an hour. Barely got an apology, and then was like, oh, we messed up the first pizza and it got backed up, blah, 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 blah. And so I was like, okay, well, before you bring it out, can you just go ahead and box it up so we can just go ahead and bring it to our destination, which is the movie that we are like about to be late to see. They box it up. We get out real quick. I have the whole box of pizza in my hand, and the guy at the ticket counter, I'm like, hey, man. And that's all I said before he just kind of looked at me and went, go ahead.
I am 16 years old and don't care.
Yeah, I was like, look, man, like I just paid like a lot of money for this pizza, like, we didn't fucking eat it. He's like, I didn't even say that. He's just like, all right.
That's a pretty good 1-star review of Grimaldi's, Andrew. Weirdly enough, I have a response from the owner right now. How dare you not eat my pizza in my restaurant, you asshole?
For those who can't see, because it's an audio podcast, Larry was doing the Italian hand gesture while he was doing the whole time.
I had the hands up. Okay, here's a review for Regal Simpsonville and IMAX, the place that we are currently talking about. This movie theater is a perfect example of why people don't like to go to the movies anymore. Posted 1 year ago. Can't get tickets at the ticket window. You have to go to the concession stand, probably in a desperate attempt to get you to buy the food and candy. Correct. You are correct. My girlfriend and I happened to be getting a water and food. Would have went to the counter anyway, but my brother, who showed up a little after us, wasn't too pleased to have to wait behind 10 people ordering candy just to get seated. We ordered chicken tenders and fries to hold us over until dinner. Chicken fingers were fine. Honey mustard with it was terrible. And fries are mediocre. The best part about the chicken tenders and fries is how they serve them in this box. Not at all conducive to sharing. So my girlfriend went to ask for another box or a plate or something, and all they would give her was a water cup. What a joke. If you have to penny pinch that hard to stay in business, then just give up. Regal Cinemas doesn't deserve your money. Response from the owner. DJ, we're sorry to hear that the food you received at Regal Cinemas, Simpsonville 14 and IMAX was anything other than delicious. Please share this and any additional information you have to our Simpsonville team by clicking here. And there's a link so they can fix it. We look forward to giving you a 5-star experience next time.
Now, Regal
signed off like a dash Regal, as if there was a man named
Mr. Regal.
Mr. Regal.
Here's the thing: there are Cinebars, right? Like there's one in Charleston I went to. It was really cool, where you can walk in, huge bars. You walk in, games, all kinds of things you can play, hang out. It's a great date night in one venue. And then when you get into the theater, long bar behind each seat, you sit, and then there's like basically you have your own table. You hit a button, and the servers come bring you food, and it's quality, like decent restaurant food.
I want one of these in Greenville.
So we were supposed to get one, but I don't know if the plans are on hold because of COVID. But there was a huge announcement. It was supposed to go in Topgolf in Greenville, South Carolina, right next to it.
I thought there was supposed to be an Alamo Draft House, but either way, it hasn't happened.
Yeah, a lot of pandemic stuff kind of threw things off. Now, that being said, that's the only movie theater I've ever been to where I got a plate. Every other movie theater, there's no plates. You get a fucking tray, maybe for like nachos, and you get a bucket for the popcorn. So like to be like, can I get a plate? And you get a cup. I kind of get that.
Put your chicken fingers in this water cup.
Yeah, I mean, that's no different from like a mini KFC bucket. What's the difference? Who cares?
I'm going to eat it. I don't care what it comes in. I'm looking for a thing to share it with my girlfriend. Whatever. Just take the fucking water cup.
Chick-fil-A, you get chicken tenders. They put it in a box. Like, who cares?
All of these are not the reasons, conclusively, once the movie theaters are opened fully, which I think they kind of are at this point, right? Yeah. I seriously doubt people are going to stop going to the cinemas. I have serious doubts. I think people missed it.
Well, Regal has decided to make your movie experience just a little bit tougher. Feel like walking up to the ticket window, grabbing your ticket, and going straight into your movie? No more. Ticket windows at all Regal locations are closing, and you will need to buy your tickets through the concession line. Regal, what have you done? What a great song. Regal, Regal, what have you done?
There's a response from the owner.
It's a pretty generic one. It's to the
Yeah.
Orlando. Thank you for taking time for your feedback. We will share this with our team. We will always want you to create a great experience, and we look forward to giving you a 5-star experience during your next visit. If you like customers, blah, 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 dash Regal. So, okay.
I am seeing a consistency on this, like concessions, going to the concession stand to buy a ticket, which is like really ticking people off. There's a lot of that because it basically means that people are backing up on like, if you want food and a ticket, it's like backing up the line. It's making the line twice as long, essentially.
It's that. And I wonder if it's also meaning like they're cutting back on jobs, right? Like,
it could be, yeah.
Right. Like what you wouldn't need both a concession person and a ticket person, right? Like you would just need the one and they just multitask and so on. Maybe like a bar runner behind there and so on to get stuff and food.
Well, this was a year ago. I'm wondering how much of this was like COVID related.
Or like right when COVID was like kind of hitting and slowing things down. Yeah.
Well, it says a year ago, so that would have been last June. I mean, we were in the middle of it. So
yeah.
We have enjoyed this theater for many years. Recently, this theater is going way downhill. I'm not a fan at all of this assigned seating. What's next? A scheduled restroom visit or a scheduled time to get something from concessions? Not to mention we, my daughter and I, had to wait to enter the theater for cleaning, which I totally understand. But when we go in, I expect it to be clean. Nothing was touched. Popcorn and napkins everywhere. And the movie didn't start on time. It was 10 minutes late. And then my daughter got an attitude from the employee when she asked if they were aware the movie was not playing. Just very aggrieved. And this is my family's third experience like this with Regal 14.
Yeah, we know it doesn't work. Because we work here. So duh.
Yeah. No, you will not have a scheduled restroom visit, and you probably won't get a scheduled time to get something from the concessions unless there's a built-in intermission, in which case you're watching a 4-hour movie. My God, what have you done?
I would say this. I actually agree with the part where the assigned seating is kind of stupid. I don't like that.
So I will say this. I hate lines. Lauren and I, even before COVID, we really got in the habit of pre-buying tickets through like Fandango before we got to the theater, because it was just really convenient to just be like, fuck this line, a QR code, absolutely, let's go.
We're not buying food anyway. We snuck in our own.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Why are you carrying a bowling bag, ma'am?
Because I lift, bro.
Because there's weights in it. Yeah. So that there was an extra thing of like, oh, you can like pick the seat on it. I didn't mind it, especially because a lot of the times, the past couple of years, the biggest movies we're going to were like Marvel related, and there's like close to opening night, and there's like a fuck ton of people who are going. I liked the security of knowing that I could get a seat that I wanted.
Horrendous experience. Outside ticket office was closed and inside ticket kiosk didn't work, so we had to stand in line for a long time at the concession area to purchase movie tickets while the manager was talking with one of the staff members, and he allowed other people to try and buy tickets at the ticket kiosk, knowing the machines were not working properly. All this made us late to the movie we wanted to see. We just left the theater without watching the movie. Totally unacceptable experience.
Well, sucks.
this one is great. They rank certain things in this in this theater. A very 1900s movie going experience.
What?
Regal really needs to invest in this area and the customer service. Just because AMC got run out of the area won't mean they won't come back. A little competition would humble them severely. There's no other movie theaters here, so people are continuing to pay for a lesser product. Shame on you, Regal. Seats 1. 4 food concessions. 4.
That is misspelled. Food concessions.
Beer, wine, cocktail selection 5. Ticketing checkout 5. Restroom theater cleanliness is 6.
Wait. Oh, this is out of 10 on all.
This is out of 10 scale.
Oh, okay. I thought it was one. I thought it was 5.
That 4 is actually low.
He was like beer, wine, cocktail. Fantastic.
Yeah, nope. It's half-ass. Literally
restroom and theater cleanliness. Very. It's like over 100%.
Since moving to Greenville 3 years ago, I've stopped going to the movies weekly and can count the number of times I've gone on one hand. An extreme makeover is in order.
I'm not going to lie. Going to the movie theaters, especially this one, an IMAX weekly, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
I mean, last I remember tickets were like 15. No, it was like $18 for, I think, the IMAX.
How much is a matinee? Maybe a matinee is like closer to $7 or something. That's a little more reasonable.
Well, it depends. If you're going to a matinee, it may be like, I think $8 or $9 actually. But if you're going to the IMAX matinee, it's still a little higher. It's like 12 or 13.
Man, $10 a week. If he's going to a matinee, I mean, man, he's paying $520 a year on that there, huh?
At least.
Yeah. Let's see. You now have to purchase your tickets at the concession counter. You wait forever for people in front of you to buy their tickets and then buy their food. Really slow. And then the response from the owner is the standard one that we've already read like 3 times.
They had 5 employees call out sick, so lines inside and outside were huge. Manager came out and complained to the customers in line, we weren't lining up correctly. I made their lives easier by going to the Mad Cuban for an early lunch instead. I don't understand that. I don't understand that last comment. I made their lives easier by going to the Mad. Oh, okay, so they didn't go to the movie.
I didn't go to the movie. I went and got a Cuban sandwich instead.
Got you. Which, hey, shout out Mad Cuban. That's a really good place. So,
oh my God, this one was written in real time 2 years ago. I've been in line for popcorn for 20 minutes. The movie has started. They have only one family. It shouldn't take 20 minutes to get a large popcorn and a few drinks, and 10 minutes for the next woman who ordered a medium popcorn and 3 drinks. I can totally understand why people sneak food into this dump. And the bar isn't open. Response from the owner. Mm-hmm. Kelly, thank you for visiting Regal Cinemas Simpsonville 14 and IMAX and leaving a review. We strive to give you the best experience and would like the opportunity to give you a 5-star experience next time. Please click here to let our customer service team know more so we can work with our Simpsonville team to make things right. Signs Regal Cinemas, the man.
Now, here's a review, and this actually kind of incorporates why I don't like the assigned seating. Won't be coming back. Who puts numbers on seats? I get there and I find an empty seat. People come tell me we're in their seats. I look up, my ticket says people are in my seats. Your new system ruined my fun night with my family. Won't be back. So it's a very mistyped sentence, but the gist is, imagine you have a family of 4 and you traditionally just show up, you buy them, even if you bought a Fandango, let's say there's no number system. It's a nice thing. Like for me, I get to the movie theater at least 20, 25 minutes early. And I like the little preview shit. I like the random interviews with Tom Hanks or the puzzle shit.
Hi, welcome to the the movies before the movies.
Exactly. I like that shit. Whatever. It gets me in a nice calm ease and I get my seat and whatever. Now imagine if you're a family of 4 and you don't pay attention to the assigned seats and it's like, fuck, we got to split up now. It's a little annoying. I get that.
Mm-hmm. I have an interesting one with humble brag, I think. I'm a volunteer missionary and accidentally chose this theater for a date where I dropped $40 on 2 tickets. I've never spent that much on a movie. It's a good thing it was a date and she loved the film. All I could watch was how the frame rate wasn't right on the movie. So during panning shots, it was blurry, never going back.
I guarantee you that guy said that to his date also.
Oh, no big deal, but I'm a volunteer missionary, and also I know frame rates.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. My gosh.
Oh, wow.
Power was out, and I couldn't get a refund, and they decided to continue to sell tickets even though it had been out of power with nothing to watch.
There's multiple people who I think put that review out on like the same day, because there's one right before it as well that was like, I was there when the power went out on 4/29/19. They, quote, gave me credit on my debit card, unquote. Well, usually it shows up immediately, but the 2159 has not as of yet. I guess I will have to go and try this again. This is, all caps, ridiculous.
All right. I'm going to read this one. You'll see it in like 2 years ago. It's a little boy. It's another like couple of sections down. I read this and I do not want to be offensive. I'm only reading this just so Larry can get his monotone HR voice on, just so you can see how the automatic responses are just so shitty because there's no context of actually caring about.
These are bots. These are bots.
Oh yeah. Not coming back until y'all get rid of that fat, rude women who checks the tickets. If you hate your job, caps, find another one. You've lost my business.
Response from the owner. Mark, we are sorry that happened. Please email our human resources department at humanresourcesdepartment@regalcinemas.com with this information and the name of the theater. They will be able to properly address your concerns. Signed, Mr. Regal Cinemas Esquire.
Oh man. Oh wait, here's another one actually with the same kind of complaint.
Oh my god, the same one. Yeah.
You've definitely lost my business. That woman who checks the tickets is really awfully rude. It's not just one incident. It seems like she has a permanent attitude.
There is a response from the owner. It's basically the same one. I'm not going to lie. I think these two reviewers might be the same person.
Maybe, or they're buddies. I don't know. I mean, these are pretty funny just either way.
I mean, definitely consistency on like the line way is a bit long. People complaining about like the price of an IMAX theater, especially considering like the seating is like iffy.
But here's the thing. Like, I remember an interview I watched with Martin Scorsese and Steven Spielberg, and I want to say Christopher Nolan was in this interview, and they were saying at some point in their lifetime, and they're older than us, obviously, they're like in their 60s/70s, that in our generation, we will see that movie theaters, and this is obviously pre-COVID, so God knows, like, everything took a tank during that time, but they said that movie theaters will one day should be treated like going to the actual theater, like going to see a play or Broadway or something like that, because the quality of the film will increase. So the quality of the film increases, meaning the price would have to increase, and so on, because you can't always jack up the food and everything else inside for so long. At the same time, I get, like, for me, I love the movie theater because I love that experience. I love the giant screen, the noise, I will forever remember until the day I die, the experience I had watching Endgame in a crowded theater with people and the reactions of like Cap, like lifting up the hammer, the heroes coming back, like that experience. Like when I saw like all the Star Wars movies at some point in time, whether they were like re-releases and whatever, like Lord of the Rings, I mean, Harry Potter's, like just that fan experience is so just.
That Endgame experience was probably one of the most singular experiences I've ever had in a movie theater.
Yeah, just and I don't
everybody being like, that this has been hyped for now 20 movies, like we are all together on
and
this
it moment. Still met it, like like this like huge like pedestal that the Russo brothers had to like reach and like crushed it, and like that is the experience. And so I get some of these complaints because I would be pissed, but that's also why for me as like an experienced moviegoer, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna make sure I wedge out the time. If the thing says 6 o'clock, I'm gonna get my ass there at 5:30. If I know it's a popular movie opening up, I'm gonna buy that shit on Fandango. Screw the extra $2.50 convenience fee, whatever. I'll fucking eat it. I don't care.
I have a job and an income. I can afford it $2.50 extra. It's okay. Sure.
And I just don't like lines. I literally don't like lines. Like if I see a crowded line, I just kind of roll my eyes around. I'm like, really? It's worth it. And as far as the concessions go, like I will probably, I don't know. I'm a sucker. I still get the popcorn, even though I admitted that I know it's stale. I know it's pre-made, and I know it's other.
Yeah, same.
Fuck it.
We don't always have time to pre-make food. We definitely buy the concessions.
Yeah, for sure. Now I would definitely stray away from the like pizza that will give you diarrhea during the movie because that would ruin my movie experience.
Yeah. Maybe the nachos that come in the big plastic container that makes all of the noise.
Yes.
Maybe not the best choice.
A plastic container, not a fucking plate, guy. Sorry, there's no plates at a movie theater.
Can I give this a review before we start moving away from this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it just leaves me a lot of questions on like what was being thought of here. I gave this theater 1 star because they do not know how to communicate with their employees. I called the theater asking about if there was restrictions as to what to wear for the movie Suicide Squad. My children and their friends were dressing up as villains, and they were told they could wear face paint, but no masks, and they were not to bring any props. They did just that, and we were not allowed to go inside. They did allow them to wash their makeup off in the bathroom before they were to enter. But the point is, there should be communication between the employees as to what is allowed and what is not. They spent many hours putting on makeup, and money had to be and money and had to take it off. This would have been avoided if all the employees knew the rules. I'm just left with more questions about like, what were the age of these children? Hold on. Was this like a group of teenagers showing up with face paint on? And they spent hours putting it on?
I don't know. Here's the thing. If there were teenagers, let's say like age appropriate teenagers for an R-rated movie, then I don't know if I would be like, yeah.
Nope. Suicide Squad was PG-13, wasn't it? The first Suicide Squad? It was. You
looked it up while I ran. I know the new one's rated R. The fucking James Gunn one.
Oh, it absolutely is. But the old one,
you might be right, because I think they have asked for the David Ayer's R-rated cut since Zack Snyder's R-rated 4-hour long saga.
PG-13. That's why it's like for a movie that is entirely about villains that should be very violent. There's like no blood.
Yeah, I mean, very little compared to what they could have had, right? I mean, but here's my rant. Like, I definitely think it was like younger kids, like that were, I don't know, like Regal shouldn't have. I say Regal. Whoever like the management was, like, these are kids walking in. Yeah, it's
drop the ball.
Yeah.
What if these kids? There's like 5 kids and they all dressed up as various versions of the Joker.
Sure. Or, the first thing, like, if they're dressed like Harley Quinn, that's not scary. Now, if someone came in with like a black mask hoodie that had nothing to do with the movie, okay, I get why you're like a little creeped out. I get that.
All 5 kids showed up as Killer Croc.
Oh man, I really want, when the new one comes out in August, I want people to like dress up as King Shark for real. That'd be great.
King Shark is a shark,
voiced by Sylvester Stallone. Really, and he's got like the weirdest lines, like hand. That's like just random as one-liners. Regal Simpsonville and IMAX 14 Cinema, 780 South Street in Simpsonville, South Carolina, outside of Greenville, South Carolina. Check them out.
Technically Greenville County,
Yeah, it's in the county. That area has grown a good bit. I used to live out there, and it's definitely changed a lot in the last couple of years. But it's a fine little area. I did make fun of it earlier, but it is a nice little safe area. Great IMAX theater again. If they still do the concessions thing, at least you now know, and you can plan ahead of time to get past that shit. Go there at least 30 minutes early. That's all I can say. But this has been 1-star reviews. I'm really happy movie theaters have opened back up. Find more episodes of 1-star reviews, including all kinds of things we've reviewed with Larry, Caleb, Ben Burris, and Jason Underwood, and all them. Okay, thank you guys so much. Listen to us anywhere you're already hearing our voices on: Apple, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Echo, and all the rest there. Play our voices and play everything loud. We had over 1,000 listeners last month, even without doing any new episodes, and I took the time off. Can't thank our listeners enough. You guys are the best. We'll be doing more episodes consistently through this point on. Thank you guys so much. And Larry is excited to see a movie soon in theater. What is the first movie you're going to see? I'm seeing Fast 9.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Probably Scarlet Witch, or not Scarlet Witch. Other Black Widow. Probably Black Widow. Honestly, I don't know. I don't even remember what movies are coming to theaters. That's how unplugged I am from it right now. No, I will say this: I am unwilling to pay for like Disney keeps doing these premium subscription type movies where they'll release a movie before it comes out in theaters, and I'm like, $12 $12 to $15 at a movie theater versus $30 in the comfort of my own home to watch Cruella. No, I think I will. If I'm going to watch it, I'll watch it in a movie theater.
Sure.
Side note, I will not watch Cruella in movie theaters.
Hey, it's already greenlit for a sequel. It's that good. Just saying.
Why? Why do I need to watch a movie where
because you're going to watch your skin dogs?
Why do I need to watch a movie where they try to hand wash that the villain is not really the villain of 101 Dalmatians? I don't need to.
They want you to feel bad for her because then she crosses the line in the next one as she skins dogs.
Listen, I just watched 101 Dalmatians this past weekend, and Cruella DeVille, I don't care what happened in her past. She's a fucking monster, and she wants to skin 101 Dalmatians. There's not a whole lot of like great things going on here.
You're a man in his early 30s. What made you watch 101 Dalmatians?
Listen, sometimes my wife and I want to fall down a nostalgia hole, okay, and watch some 1960s movies, okay? It was a weird week.
Did you watch the OG one, or did you watch the live action remake with Jeff Daniels back in like the 90s?
The OG, the 1960s, man.
Okay.
1960s movie. It was a weird weekend of movies. We also watched what else did we watch? We watched Barbarella, which was also a very strange movie. A lot of nipples. And oh man, there was some other movie we watched. Cool World. I can't recommend any of the movies I have just listed.
I wouldn't recommend them either. But that is Larry Simonson there. Definitely don't listen to his movie takes. Again, thank you guys for listening. We'll have more out soon.